Welcome back to our channel. Today we bring you an incredible story. A story of strength. A story of leadership. A story about a man who became a god at Fluminense. This is the journey of Thiago Silva at the FIFA Club World Cup 2025. From pain to glory. From silence to greatness. Let us begin. At Fluminense, Thiago Silva is a god. Fluminense has reached the semifinals of the FIFA Club World Cup 2025. However, to represent Brazil and create that miracle, Thiago Silva deserves to be honored as a great leader. With the green captain armband still tightly wrapped around his left arm like a bandage, Thiago Silva stood alone in the middle of the scene. The Fluminense logo was laid out at the center of Camping World Stadium in Orlando. The entire team and coaching staff formed a circle around the center spot. Hand in hand, raising their arms like standing on a podium, they danced half a turn to the left, then half a turn to the right, following the rhythm of thousands of Brazilian fans celebrating the achievements of the Ugly Ducklings, surpassing the glamour of Al Hilal to reach the semifinals of the Club World Cup. It was an ecstatic moment in the maroon shirt, but leader Silva, who inspired them to beat Inter Milan in the round of 16, stepped away from the circle a bit earlier. Some players hugged like glued together, some wrapped themselves in the national flag, some swung scarves like nooses, but Silva did not. He quietly walked alone toward the tunnel, took a sip of water, his mind already focused on the semi-final, a calm image, completely different from the emotional speech he had delivered a few days earlier. Control is the superpower of Silva. When the referee blew the final whistle, Silva knelt down, pointed to the sky before being surrounded by the coaching staff celebrating, but only seconds later, he returned to his usual calmness. At almost 41 years old, Silva remains a symbol of composure in the quarter-final. When Matheus Martinelli scored the opening goal against Al Hilal, he did not rush to celebrate. Silva stood in the center, pointed to the sky for a few seconds, then immediately gave tactical instructions to his defensive partner. In many teams, Ignacio at 28 years old could be considered a veteran, but at Fluminense, there is only one real god, and that is number 3, the one with a cut on the bridge of his nose which he refused to treat, except once during a water break, where Silva and coach Renato Gaucho had a private conversation. Silva is the one who does not need to be here, but still chooses to stay, puts his body to the test, sees every opponent's attack as a blow to his pride, after 15 years of elite football in Europe. But Silva is still here, and is leading Fluminense, the club where he restarted his career after failure at Porto, toward immortality. Maybe the winning goal was scored by Hercules, just like against Inter, this time with his right foot, but once again, it was the extraordinary effort of the former Chelsea centre-back that laid the foundation for victory. Despite having a massive trophy collection including Serie A, League One, Champions League and Copa America, Silva still plays with the focus of someone who never allows himself to relax for even a second. He accepts pain because he has known pain. In 2005, Silva was hospitalized for 6 months due to tuberculosis and was once told he might never play football again. That sent him into depression. Before the age of 23, Silva had never played more than 15 matches per season. Silva had to fight to get to this moment in his career, the final stretch, just 2 matches away from a historic title, returning to the club that helped him restart after Porto. One can feel that going back to the spirit of an underdog with his boyhood club awakens something deeper, stronger in Silva. Thiago Silva is truly great, said coach Renato Gaucho after the 2-1 win against Al Hilal. He is the coach on the field, he brings common experience to the other players, as a captain, as a leader, in difficult matches against big clubs. You need a player like Thiago, he is the key factor. All week we tried not to let him train too hard so he could enter the game in the best condition. Silva is deeply respected by his teammates. The respect they have for him is like for a senior leader. They are the pack, he is the leader, the voice they listen to in the silence before stepping on the pitch, like the speech he gave before the 2-0 win over Inter. Do not wait until after the match to say I could have. No, he said, shaking his head before standing up and wiping his tears. My stepfather is the one who helped me become Thiago Silva. He was sick and I did not know how serious it was. I returned to the national team and everyone knows how the World Cup ended. He was hospitalized. I went back to Paris, started pre-season. And after just a few matches, my wife called and said, your father passed away. I tell this story to remind that you should not delay what you can do today, because you may not have another chance. Live every moment, but live with responsibility. And I want to emphasize, finish the match with 11 players. Do not let this become anger or injustice. Play fair but fight. We all have to fight together. The immortal leader. Not many speeches deserve to be quoted fully, but in less than 90 seconds, Silva showed everything that makes up who he is, a true leader. Maybe that is the reason Brazil lost 1-7 to Germany in the 2014 World Cup when he was not on the field. Thiago is a great symbol in world football, said winger John Arias. He is one of the greatest defenders in history. We admire and respect him completely. He is a wonderful human being. He went through a loss when his stepfather died. Sometimes adversity gives people motivation. That is what is happening with Thiago. With 896 matches in his career, Silva is a treasure of experience. Even Kalidou Koulibaly, who clashed with him over a penalty in the match against Fluminense, had kind words for Silva. "I respect Thiago very much. I knew him from Chelsea and even before. He is a legend. As a teammate, he always gives advice, controls the game. Today he did it again. He deserves to be here. I lost to him today and I feel sad, but I hope he can go far." The semi-final against his old club Chelsea adds another layer to the story. Left-back Marc Cucurella of Chelsea also shared, "Thiago is a football legend and played for many big clubs. He messaged me before the game, hope we meet in a few days, and after the match, I messaged him back, let us go." But that is the story of July 9. For now, Fluminense can enjoy this moment. The music that plays every time they win, a soft ballad with trumpet sound in a classic style, is becoming a familiar tune. A sound like from bars of the 1940s, bringing a contrast to the modern European football world that is becoming more industrialized and uniform, and in many ways, that is also the image of Thiago Silva at this Club World Cup, humble, quiet, happy behind the lights, but with a spirit that never backs down. Thiago Silva is more than a player. He is the heart of Fluminense. A legend who chose to return. To lead. To fight. To inspire. 2 matches away from history. No matter what happens next. He already became immortal in the hearts of millions. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and see you in the next video.